Zombie apocalypse.
Good.
What is going on, everybody? We are going to try and get through an episode without yawning today. Let's get into it, Patrick. How are you this evening?
Dude, I'm getting frustrated with my technical difficulties right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
You seem a little tense.
Dude, I need my Seagram's box to not be empty at this point, but you know, I'm working on it.
Life seems difficult for you right now.
Well, I mean, I was just using my microphone all day today, my normal one. As you guys can see, this is not my normal microphone. This is actually an older set that I have that I use as a backup. But for some odd reason,
For situations like this.
for some odd reason today, my microphone, it was working for me all day today, and then as soon as I go to do this, it's like, yeah, no, we're gonna give you difficulties.
Well, Patrick's thought process while his headset didn't work was to not do it this week, but I had to talk him into using his old one that he did not want to do.
No,
So
I do not want to
you can
use this
thank
one.
me. You could thank me for this week's episode.
I can never figure out the volumes with this one. Can
Well, that's
never
why we
figure it
need
out.
somebody. We need somebody producing the show. Which, if anybody's out there and wants a resume builder, you could produce this show all by yourself.
For free because we have no money.
Not yet. But it's a great resume builder.
For
Why
free.
do you
It
think
is.
I'm doing it?
It. We'll make it an internship.
Yeah, we can make it into an internship. We can actually post on Indeed, Patrick, if we wanted to.
What, have somebody just like produce it for us and then have like an editor for us and have them
Yeah.
do it for free and
Yeah.
we'll have it. Can we do that?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Probably because we're not
I don't
professionals. I don't know.
The one internship that I had kids just our age running a website. They're actually my age, actually. They were just running a website.
I mean, I don't know how much we can teach them, but
Oh no, we don't teach them that. We just tell them that. No, I'm kidding. We would obviously teach you. What we know.
what
How to
what
create.
John is saying is he will teach you because I know nothing. I mean, I can get you the basics about this stuff and then some free other things like free editing software and stuff because I don't pay for any of it. But other than that,
No, not at all.
yeah.
We could look into that later. But let's get into it, Pat. The lock of the week for last week, the recap. Let's
Alright.
get into it. Pull that bad boy out.
Alright, give me a second. That should be up now. And as you can see, both John and I are tied 2-piece. So we were both right with our basketball picks. Yes, okay. I thought we were right with the same sport. I was correct with soccer, typical. And then John was actually correct with the NHL.
Yes, I was.
Dude, you're so lucky Carey Price got hot again. You are so lucky.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was. Thinking about it now.
But John and I are tied right now, 2-piece. And at the end of this episode, we will be talking, or at the end of this episode, we will be picking our next 3 locks of the week. I have not looked at anything, so this is going to be fun.
Now, I wanted, I would love to see. I'm pretty sure I'm 0-2 in soccer. maybe 0-3. So I might want to stray away from the
Um,
soccer
hold
picks.
up. Let's find out. Let's go back to June. June, you have
I might be
one.
0-3.
You're 0 and 2. You
0-2.
you only have one other soccer pick.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I might want to stray away from that this week and the rest of this podcast.
I was gonna say you might want to stray away from NBA because your first four picks with them don't, or first three you don't have a point,
Well,
but your last two you
I
do. So
ride
you
and
never
die.
know.
I ride with my Sixers that obviously failed me. But we don't need to
Yeah.
get into that. I've already gone through enough misery. Um,
We'll do it in our podcast tomorrow.
tomorrow. Oh, that's right. We do have our other one tomorrow.
Yeah, that
But
we
we need to
do.
come up with ideas before that nobody has responded to my text, but I'm not mad about it.
Well, I mean, it's surprising I didn't respond to it. Is it really surprising the other one didn't respond to it though?
No, but still, I said Wednesday at 11:30 at night. We need to come up with some ideas for at a podcast meeting and discuss shows going forward. And what do I get? The cold shoulder from both of them.
I mean, you're usually yawning in that one too, so
Yeah, but that one they don't see me.
fair enough. This one they do. I mean, you can yawn right now. They can't see you because I still got the locks of the week up.
I have not yet, actually.
I give it 10 minutes. As
All
soon as
right.
we start talking about a different topic where you're not going to be laughing,
I
and
mean, we can
it's going
talk
to be
about
like
soccer.
facts, and it's going to be like facts, you're going to start nodding off and falling asleep.
Exactly.
Let's go back to the main podcast, boys. Yeah, buddy.
All right. Now,
So, what's first
let's
on our list?
right here it has the Stanley Cup Finals. We're going to start off with some NHL action as the Tampa Bay Lightning go back to back, as Drake would say, and they win it again.
Congratulations, boys. Like, I could have easily told you the Lightnings were going to take that series all the way. I'm
I
pretty
did
sure.
too, but I thought it was going to take I thought it was going to take 6. I didn't think that the Canadians would come out as flat as they did.
To be fair, game four and game five, they put up a very good fight. Game four, they
Yeah,
actually won that one.
but at that point, all they have to do is win one game out of the next 3. So I mean,
Comebacks have happened, dude. Do. I
I
mean,
know,
come on. What?
2010 Flyers
Yeah. Sorry, Bruins fans.
and
Not
down three
sorry.
nothing and down 3-0 in Game 7 in Boston. Thank you very much. Um,
Thank you, Simone Gagne, for that
now
game winner too.
let's take it a little bit off the ice for a second after the Game 5. Kucherov. I can never say his first name right. What's his first name?
Nikita.
Nikita Kucherov. His post-game press conference was quite interesting. Did you catch this, Patrick?
I did not. I actually fell asleep right after the game.
You did not. Oh my.
You actually
Well,
paid attention to hockey?
yeah. Now
Okay.
he was at the podium after the game and he might have been hammered. He might have not been. He showed up without a shirt on. Um,
I like it.
yeah. And he had some, choice words to say to Montreal fans. He said, quote, "The fans in Montreal acted like they won the Stanley Cup last game. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Their final was last round."
Oh yeah, I did see that quote actually.
He said that he also did not want to go back to Montreal before that. Um, there's also a video of him just like hounding a beer.
In the locker room.
No, at the podium. Something.
Dude, I
Let
swear
me.
when professional athletes win a championship, all professionalism goes out the window. Especially the very like important ones. Well, not the very important ones, the very popular ones. Like all professionalism goes out the window.
Well, especially like that them going back to back is cool and everything, but last year they couldn't win it in front of their fans. This year they could. It was a packed house. I forgot about that until Game 5. That they
Yeah.
last year they won it without fans.
Oh yeah, that is true. So yeah, this year was actually a completely different atmosphere.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, still, congratulations to them. Like that's an outstanding thing to do to go back to back years winning a championship.
He also said that he told Vasilevsky throughout the series that he's the MVP, he's the MVP. You know, there's no doubt that he's the best player.
What Kucherov said that to Vasilevsky?
Yeah, like MVP of the whole league.
All right, he's got a big head. That he's definitely starting to be very unprofessional. I'm not liking that.
Unperfect Pat. I'm pretty sure he's pounded 7 beers by now. He's got his shirt off, hat backwards.
But if he was saying that all series,
No, he kept telling Vasilevsky like all season that he's the MVP. He's been the best player.
so I want to make
He's
sure
just
I'm
backing his
understanding you
teammate.
right. Kucherov was telling Vasilevsky that Vasilevsky was the MVP.
Yeah, I just retweeted it
Okay,
on our JMP Sports podcast account. Just retweeted it if you want to go look at it.
first time you touched that in about a week. Just saying.
No,
Pretty sure all the other retweets have
no.
been me.
Well, here we go. Here we go. Here's what I was looking for. The Kucherov, there's a video of him getting a question from a reporter as he, pounds his Bud Light. He goes, all right, let's get this question going. Hold on. Yeah, he's like rushing the reporter because he just wants to get back to the celebration.
Well, I mean, fair enough. But I mean, there's. I mean, I understand you gotta have fun, but like,
Also
you,
retweeted.
you still have to have some type of professionalism after you win a cup, though. Like at that point, it seemed like he just gave up all professionalism.
What professionalism? He was fine.
He goes to the podium without a shirt on after chugging how many beers, and then
Oh,
was
I don't know.
completely bashing a team that made it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. Like he had no respect for them. Like I didn't
No,
think the
he had no
Canadians
respect for the fans. He had
still.
no respect for the fans.
I mean, at the same time, he was still bashing the team though, because he was saying that their final was last round and that they stood no chance this round. Which, I mean,
They
honestly, yeah,
didn't.
it was true, but you still have to be somewhat of a professional and just be like, for them to make it this far, that's like very honorable, and they did a fantastic job after the season. And Carey Price is like an outstanding goalie, and you still have to be somewhat of a professional in my eyes.
Mm,
Like you
mm.
can't just be like, yeah, I won, I'm a championship, we're the best. Like screw all the other teams, they're all trash. Like no, you can't do that.
He didn't say that.
Not directly.
He look. He was having a moment. He was defending his teammate, first of all, and highlighting to the world on their biggest stage that he was their best player. the goalie.
All right, so that's more respectable. Saying
Yeah,
that
he was
the goalie
defending
was
his
the
goalie.
MVP, that's perfectly respectable.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm
uh,
trying to say.
yeah, but when you say, "Are you kidding me? Your final was the last round." Like
Well, that's because the fans were acting like it was the biggest deal that they finally won a game
it,
against them.
it was the first time they've been in the Stanley Cup in 28 years. Yeah, the fans are going to be excited when they win a game.
Yeah, but they're down 3-1 at that point. Like the series is over.
Again, the series is never over until that one team gets the fourth win. You
Well, they
never
did.
know. You never
They
know. They
did.
could have made the comeback.
It's over.
You really think he would have been saying all that if they didn't win it and the Canadians did make the comeback?
I think that no matter what game they won, he was going to say what he said. I don't think he's the type of guy who would change it.
All right, well, we're gonna have different opinions on this one, but I definitely think he took it too far, and he needs to still have some type of professionalism even after you win a championship. Like,
Mm,
be happy, be excited all you want, but still have respect for the other team.
I
Rem-
think he does. He just didn't like the fans.
Again, we're gonna agree to disagree on this one. I think he was just
Oh,
being plain disrespectful.
whatever.
I'm just saying. He was making comments that just were not respectful. Kind of like when Jake Voracek went and attacked that reporter. Yes, it's funny, but you still gotta have respect for people.
Well, I mean, I know like how, you know, the media, especially in the Northeast, is like they get on you quickly and aggressively.
Oh, they've been on Jake
And
Voracek since he's been on the Flyers.
exactly. And, he had one bad moment and I don't think he regrets it, which is fine. That's up to him. But I mean, we don't know what he wrote about him. We just know what the reaction was.
Yeah,
So, you know. But anyway, we're going to move to the expansion draft that we're going to talk about next week because we're going to be prepared to talk about, the top players that could go to Seattle, top players that could stay with their teams. I know in the world of the Flyers that Jake Voracek, if he is not taken by the Seattle Kraken, that he most likely would be traded. There's got to be another 10 to 12, 15 guys that are in the same boat that if they don't get chosen, teams will be looking to trade. So we're going to give you guys a full breakdown of the expansion draft next week.
yeah,
So now
it's
we're
gonna be
gonna
exciting.
yeah. Yeah, we're
The
gonna we're gonna shift gears to the NBA unless Patrick has something to add.
um the expansion draft itself is going to be on July 21st. So if John and I have time that day, we will be live streaming the whole
Possibly.
expansion draft, but we will have to discuss that and we will post it in our Discord and on our Twitter, which I will put the
Yes,
links up
please.
right here.
Please join our Discord. Let's chat. Let's have a conversation. Let's debate if Kucherov was professional, non-professional, if it was okay, was it not okay? Let's debate that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we want to do with you guys. We don't want to be up here spitting facts the whole time, then not be able to debate it with you guys. So go ahead, join these. Let us know what your thoughts were in the comments. And I'm sure maybe not today, but tomorrow we'll post a post on Twitter, and we'll see what you think about what I said about Kucherov. John, what's his first name?
Nikita.
There you go.
Nikita. I don't know how I'm gonna remember that, but Nikita. I knew it started with an N, but I didn't know how to specifically say it. Because anytime I watched the TV, they just say Kucherov, and I'm like, oh, I know who that is. All right, we're gonna go to the NBA playoffs now. Um, the Phoenix Suns took, held home court, which is, you know, I'm shocked that the Bucks didn't take a game, but I'm also
They
by
pushed
watching the
that second
games.
game.
Yeah, by watching most of both games, I can tell you that the Phoenix Suns are just too good and too fast paced for the Milwaukee Bucks.
I've seen some passing plays that the Suns have had, and it's literally within 5 seconds it touches at least all five guys.
The ball movement is crazy, and even like going from the defensive end to the offensive end, like they just get up the court so quickly. Chris Paul pushes the pace, he gets the team set up, and then by the time they are set up, they're already two or three guys in motion, and then the defense has to catch up to them. My thing is, and this is probably a hot take right now. I don't think Giannis Antetokounmpo can be the number one scoring option on a title team. I don't think that his offensive game is good enough to be the number one scoring option, and especially when he's just like Ben Simmons and he can't really shoot, it just gives the other team more and more possessions to score.
Um, I'm not much of an NBA guy, so I just want to double check here. Giannis is on the Bucks, right?
Yes,
Okay.
he's the two-time MVP.
Did not know that. Okay.
Yep, yep.
Um,
And he's been under pressure to get his team to the finals, and he finally did. Um, with a little help to, well, they beat the Nets, which is a good series win, but um, you know, I just don't think that because I watched game two mainly, and the Bucks kind of just stand there on offense. They have five out, especially with Brook Lopez in there. I mean, for as good as Brook Lopez is, I don't like him standing at the 3-point line. Um, I'd rather have him post up on a smaller defender because a lot of the time they didn't have DeAndre Ayton in there, so that's it just takes out size. Um, but they just kind of have five out along the perimeter, and then they just try and ISO every single time. And if it doesn't work, then they kick out, and the three is most likely not there because the defense is set, and it just doesn't. The ball just sticks. It doesn't move. I mean, you go from the Suns to they pass the ball 3-4 times before even taking a dribble to the Milwaukee Bucks when Giannis is just trying to go one-on-one and then runs into a wall and then turns it over and then boom, they're going down the other way and then it's a foul, two free throws coming up. I mean, I just don't think that the Milwaukee Bucks are. It's not that they're not ready, it's that their team structurally is not good enough. I mean, I like the Drew Holiday addition in the offseason, but I didn't think it would push him over the top. Especially, three first round picks, I believe they gave up for him, which Drew Holiday in the later part of his career is very good, but not worth three first round picks. Um, so I still think that they got work to do next year. And I think the series is over. I don't see the Bucks winning.
I mean,
I
you might not see the Bucks winning, but again, I will say the series is never over until that fourth win happens.
the I will tell you right now, the Bucks will win game 3 and then the Suns will win game 4 and then they'll go back to Phoenix with the title clincher on the line in game 5. They're going to split at home or split on the road and then they're going to win it at home in game 5. I don't see them losing 2 games in a row.
All right. Again, you just never know.
I know. I guarantee maybe that'll be part of my locks of the week.
What, doing two NBAs?
I might. I don't know. Definitely one, but I might.
All right. Yeah, this locks of the week for me are gonna be fun because I don't I don't have any NHL games to go off of. Um, but for this series, the Suns have been playing really well. I've seen very great movement for them. Um, Booger and Paul have just been outstanding.
Booker.
Booger and Paul have been outstanding. Um, like they're just a very confident team. The Suns are a very confident team right now. It's going to be. I honestly think you're right. It's going to be a quick series, but I'm never going to say never and say the Bucks are out of it. They made it that far. They have to have some type of skill.
They do, but like they just don't have. They don't have like a complete. They don't have offensive sets. Like they just get it to Giannis in the post or Giannis at the 3-point line and just let him create on his own. There's no um, easy baskets. They're fighting every inch that they get closer and closer to the basket. And, it's a 50-50 shot if they make it or miss. And if they
Well,
miss, then the Suns are out and running on the break.
well, at that point, you never know. They might switch up their game plan. They're gonna have to at some point.
Yeah, well,
If
they're
they
going to
if
need it very fast.
well, they play tomorrow, right?
I believe so, yes.
If they play tomorrow at 8 o'clock, hopefully by the end of the first quarter, we'll see a different game plan, and it'll confuse the Suns. There's the first yawn. It'll
Ah,
confuse the
tried to
Suns.
tried to sneak it by. Yes,
It'll confuse the
tomorrow 8
Suns.
p.m.
Okay.
ABC.
If they do well, and if they change their game plan up a little bit, it'll confuse the Suns, and they'll take Game 3.
Yep. Now, we're going to go to the NFL and thanks to Patrick's mom, we are
Mama Willie.
saddened to hear about Greg Clark, who I did not know who he actually was, unfortunately. He apparently died at age 49 due to CTE, I guess, suffering from it, and it's a shame.
Yeah. It's always sad to hear when someone passes away, especially from a brain injury.
I mean, I
Um,
watched CTE, the concussion movie, and that was freaky. That was very real, very quickly.
yeah, just some of the things that the people go through when it comes to CTE. What does CTE stand for again? Concussion. What does the E stand for? Concussion
Mm.
something trauma, right? I can't remember what the E stands for right now. Please tell me.
Chronic traumatic encephalopathy, something.
Oh, CTE.
Yeah,
Okay.
chronic traumatic encephalopathy, something that my dad will correct me on 1,000 times.
Well, he'll probably correct me on it too because I said concussion something trauma.
Oh, brother.
So yeah, we'll definitely hear about that in the next few days. Hi, Mr. Pap. How you doing? Special shout out to you for always correcting our mispronunciations, like Mark Messier.
Messier. That's right.
Um, but it is saddened to hear about him, and this will shed a little bit more light to concussion traumas, which this one actually is a concussion trauma. Um, he was a part of the 49ers as well, right? He wasn't just 49
Yes.
years old. He was retired
Yeah.
from the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so hearts out to his family, hearts out to his friends, and hearts out to the
I
49ers.
believe he had 3 sons too. I believe.
Hearts go out to his sons, hearts go out to his wife if he had one.
I believe so.
Um, yeah, we just learned about this literally like 5 minutes before the podcast, so we didn't really have much time to research anything about him. But hearts out to his wife, hearts out to his sons, hearts out to the rest of his family, and hearts out to the 49ers. That's a tough loss for him.
Now, we're gonna get into something still related to football, but it's a little bit of a combination between two sports that I did not run this by with Patrick, but we're gonna do it anyway. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady played in a charity event with Bryson DeChambeau and Phil Mickelson, which those two, Bryson DeChambeau is like, I don't know, the
Oh,
number 4
golf
player in the world.
for
And
golf.
Phil Mickelson, obviously,
John, you have to
won the
remember not
PGA.
not everybody pays attention to golf, which
No, I
hats
know,
off
but
to
like,
you guys. So you might want to say, hey, they play golf for charity.
well, I said they play golf.
You said they combined two sports. I didn't hear you say golf.
I thought I did. Well, so the teams were Aaron Rodgers and Bryson DeChambeau versus Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson. And I thought it was interesting because we all know that Aaron Rodgers is having his disagreements with the Green Bay Packers right now. And he was we got a sneak peek of what's going on. Tom Brady said that he was just, enjoying the time off right now, and that he was going to talk that he's been talking to Tom Brady about things. And one thing, so the thing about this event that makes it, really cool is that every single player is mic'd up, so you hear everything that they say live. Um, and Tom Brady was asked, um, about leading a football team, and he was on the green, and he said something along the lines of, you know, I'm leading the Buccaneers, with Gronk because they added Gronk to the broadcast for that event, and he's like, Aaron Rodgers over there, about 30 yards away from him, he's leading the Packers. We think, like, he was taking jabs at him, and it was just funny to see them joking around with it, even though it can affect a lot of lives going forward.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to a charity event, you can't be all serious. You got to have jokes in there about real life things that people are familiar with, so that
Yeah.
everybody can get a laugh. Like,
Well,
that was all just
yeah,
fun and games at that point. So
yeah.
that's completely
Like
understandable.
like in the match last year, I believe it was Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson. Last year they were on the range, and Peyton Manning's very funny if you've never heard him talk. He said, he was asked a question about, Tom Brady has kind of had your number when you played against him. Like, how do you go about beating him today in a different sport? And he's like, I thought about bringing Eli to caddy for me because Eli Manning has beat him twice in a Super Bowl um, with the Giants. And then he's like, you know, then I thought about bringing Nick Foles and the other quarterback that he lost in the Super Bowl. Thank goodness. Um, and you could just see the disgust on his face when he said Nick Foles. Like, he just has something against him, and it was just really cool to see them go back and forth. And yeah, yeah, their characters off the golf course.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Even with all the commercials that they're in, they always have comedy in their commercials.
Yeah, yeah. I'd never realized how funny Peyton Manning was, or like Aaron. So the Bryson DeChambeau, he's not really a trash talker. He's more of like, I'm gonna hit it 400 yards and let you be 50 yards behind me type of player. And he's kind of like the mad scientist of golf, and he's kind of like, I do this one way, I eliminate all the variables and stuff like this. And he's like, Aaron Rodgers goes, I'm not here to bring good golf. I'm here to enhance the trash talking today. Bryson's gonna hit good golf shots. I'm gonna trash talk, and that's why we make such a great team. So
Fair
that's
enough.
that's just a little thing about the NFL that went on this past week.
That's awesome though, that they can
They
do
they
that.
did it in Montana, a course in
Ooh.
Montana, where it was very, very, very nice. There's one hole that was 777 yards, but like with the altitude, it played less than that. It was really cool, super undulated and downhill, uphill. Um, and if anybody plays there, you get in your cart bear spray in case bears come up to you. Like it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere, but it's sick.
Hmm. I'd want to play
Yeah.
golf with a bear.
Yeah, right. Um,
I'll be riding that
Now
thing to hole 3.
we're gonna switch gears to the MLB,
All right. We actually never
and
discussed anything about this, so what did you have in mind for the MLB? Because I have not been paying attention to them.
you have not. What?
Dude, baseball is such a boring sport to me. I'm not gonna lie.
It's only boring if you make it boring. Okay,
They make it boring for me. What can I say? I can't sit there and wait for them to pitch 3 pitches in 2 minutes.
okay. So Trevor Bauer, if you know anything about baseball, is a very, very good pitcher. He's very nasty, very bold in his celebrations. Like he's a couple times this year, he struck out a batter and went like this and put his sword away, acting like that. And it's just he's very
Entertaining.
energetic and
Okay.
entertaining. Yes, um, but unfortunately, he was um, allegedly. Um, Let me get this right. He allegedly. Come on, stop. Sorry,
I'm not the only
sorry.
one having technical difficulties. Let's
Nope, nope.
go. Let's go.
He was there are sexual assault allegations against him
Oh, jeez.
this past week. Um Darn it. It's the website that this thing's on. Try
I'm
not
not
to
the only one
sneeze
having
there.
technical difficulties. Let's go. How's it feel?
Shoot. Try not to do that. Let's see. Yeah,
Well, a
so he
sneeze
was
is a different story from a yawn.
so h- they also so that after the allegations were made, he was put on administrative leave which lasted 7 days, but it's now been longer than a week, so he's been now on the leave has now been extended another 7 days until the investigation is complete. And that he even had a bobblehead night that was this week, I believe, and they had to cancel that.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're really taking this seriously as they should.
Well, of course they should. Those allegations are always serious. Well,
Yeah.
those allegations should always be taken seriously. They're not always serious, but if it's lasting this long, there might actually be something to it.
Yeah, so we're just trying to I don't think that there's much about it, but he's a very he's a top 10 pitcher in baseball, even top 5 at times, and he's great for the sport because he's very outspoken on social media about, big social issues. Um, you know, he speaks his mind, which is always nice, but with this floating over his head now, don't know how many fans he's lost, but it could be quite a few by the time he returns.
If he
And
returns.
Yes, that is true. Uh, Shohei Otani, right?
I know him.
Pat, why don't you tell us about him? Go
My
ahead.
man, what's he
Come
up
on.
to? Like 35 home runs now for the Angels as a pitcher?
33, I believe.
33?
32.
And I saw a stat as well when he was creeping up to 30 home runs that he has the most home runs over 115 miles an hour that were hit over 115 miles an hour at 5. And the person
That's
behind him
crazy.
had 4, but like for a
He's at
pitcher
32 home runs.
32. For a pitcher to have that many home runs, and his ERA keeps dropping too, if I'm not mistaken. What's that at?
Well,
Like
yeah,
2.3?
he throws like 97 with like 8 different pitches.
Yeah, he's got a cannon for an arm. And then
And
he's
he
he's
also plays
out
the
here
outfield.
he's out here just freaking blasting home runs like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like calm down, bro. Leave some chicks for the rest of us. Like, oh my gosh. he's honestly killing it though. Like he's doing fantastic. I want him on the Phillies. Go with
Well,
that. But
put it this way, they had a chance to get him because he was a Japanese-born player. So it's basically whoever outbids anybody else, and the Angels got him, and he is making it worth it right now.
dude, he's outstanding.
Put it this way.
I love this guy.
Put it this way. Babe Ruth in 1919 had 29 home runs um, in 130 games, and Shohei Otani has 30 in 76 games.
And
Yeah,
Babe Ruth
blows
is
your
known
mind.
Babe Ruth is known as a slugger too. So
Blows
if this
your
kid
mind.
if this kid keeps developing, he's going to be a fantastic player. How old is he exactly? Do you know?
Um,
Look it up real quick. But
that's what I'm doing.
thir- 32 home runs. He's got an ERA of like 2.3 last I saw, and that was last week. So
Yeah,
for all I know, it
let
could
me
be
pull it
lower
up.
now.
He's 27.
He's
He
27.
I mean, he played a bunch of years in Japan.
Okay.
Um, and this is only his second full year. So I'm looking on Baseball Reference real quick.
Okay. So he might actually be closer towards his prime.
So he his first year was 2018. So he came over at age 23. Um, and
Okay.
this year he has um 33 home runs. Sorry, I was right. 33 in 82 games right now. He's got 82 hits, so he's got a hit a game. He's got 70 RBIs. He's also stolen 12 bases.
He's quick
He's
too then.
hitting he's hitting 280, which is very very good. And his slugging 704.
I
His
don't know what
on
that
base
means.
his slugging is total bases divided by at bats. So like that includes like um you know
So he's got a 70% chance of going on base.
no, his on base percentage is 362. His slugging is, anytime he gets a hit, how many bases he touches, I think.
Oh,
So
okay. So
basically it's like
70% of the time he hits the ball, he's on the base.
so like a single is one base, a double is two bases, triples three bases, home runs four bases.
Okay.
I don't really know how to do that, but you know. Now let me go to his pitching real quick. This year alone, he has an ERA of 3.49, which is pretty good. It's not great, but um,
Oh, it went up. He must have had a bad game.
his WHIP is 1.2, which is also not great. You want that under 1. But, you know, I mean, he does so many other things. he's allowing a lot of walks. So I think right now they're just using him mainly as an outfielder and DH. But the thing about him is like you can take out the DH when he's pitching, and it's just one more person that you get to keep on your bench for later in the game, which is very, very valuable. And you don't very much see that in the American League. So
Yeah, he definitely seems like a very valuable player to the Angels.
any team needs him.
I mean, yeah, they can work on his ERA. I'm sure. By the time he's 30, he'll be getting that down.
Well, he's about to get a monster contract whenever that's up.
Touche.
Let me
Um,
sorry. Let me look that up real quick. His contract. Shohei Ohtani contract. So he because he struggled his first couple years here. I mean, he barely speaks any English now. Uh, can't even imagine what it was last year. He uh let's see. He signed a 1 year, $545,000 contract to begin. Or no, sorry. It was like a couple $1 million deal to start. And then like this year he's only making 3 million, so he's barely using anything against their salary. And in 2024, he will be an unrestricted free agent, which in 2 years he is gonna get a boatload of money. Even
if
if
he
he
keeps
doesn't,
playing this way,
even if he doesn't, like even if he's just average, he's going to get a boatload of money just because of this year alone.
you think so?
Because his agent is just gonna be like, look, this is what he can do.
All right, fair enough.
Um, all right, so one more thing that I again did not tell Patrick, but we're going to do anyway, is we're going to talk about the All-Star selections that were made for baseball and mainly about the snubs because that's always fun. We always get elected debate uh who should have gone or who should not have made it.
Nobody from the
Uh
Phillies should have made it.
no, one person should have and he did, Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler's been very, very good. Um And with Jacob DeGrom not participating in the All-Star game this year, Zach Wheeler should be in line to start the All-Star game, which is a very big deal for pitchers. Because that
Okay,
basically means that you were the best in your conference in the first half of the year.
good for him.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
watched the
He's
first
like,
batter blast a home run off of him on the first pitch.
well, in the All-Star game, I mean, all they do is just throw it as hard as they can for an inning and then they're done. That's really all they do.
All right.
So it looks like Manny Machado did not make it. You should know that name, Patrick.
That name
Been
does
talking
sound
about a
very
lot with
familiar.
Zach. Yeah, Manny Machado. He signed a $300 million contract in the same offseason that Bryce Harper signed his $330 million contract. Um, he has been very good with the San Diego Padres, helping them to a very good start. I mean, he's just he's just a beast on defense. Sick gloves, very, very rocket of an arm, and it's just kind of crazy what he does on the defensive end and what the Phillies lack so much of. Another one is Tajon Walker of the Mets, which I mean, I guess I don't really care too much about the Mets, so I haven't really looked. Um, J.P. Crawford is an interesting one because he used to be on the Phillies and he blew. He was so bad. But he's put up pretty solid numbers offensively, which is where he struggled mainly. He was always very good defensively, but um, he's trying to figure it out offensively right now. Freddie Peralta from the Milwaukee Brewers. I am not really sure who that is, to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and make you believe that I do. Um, but sure. He probably should have made it. Um, Max Scherzer of the Nationals. Now this is an
He
interesting one.
sounds familiar too.
Yeah, he's a very good pitcher. But I believe he has been injured a little bit this year. I believe so. So I think that's why he wasn't originally on there. Um, but he's definitely. I mean, he's fifth in the NL and ERA at a 2.1. Like, and he strikes out 12 batters per 9 innings. I mean, it's just kind of crazy.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, yeah, very good. So yeah, that those are a couple players that were snubbed. And there's yawn number two.
Oh boy.
No comment. No comment there.
Nope.
I was waiting for one.
Just gonna keep it to
Okay,
myself.
Patrick. We're
Yes.
going to be talking about the NIL rule now. We're going to switch gears to something that we
NIL.
have never talked about on the JB Sports podcast, and that is the NCAA. They are a corrupt organization that we do not like, but they
Corrupt.
did something. They moved in the right direction this past week with the NIL rule, and that stands for the name, image, and likeness rule, where college athletes can now get paid for their name, image, and likeness. Patrick.
Good for them though.
Yeah. Okay, so it sounds like you're on the side that it's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean they work hard to get where they're at. I mean, I understand they're in college and most of them have scholarships that pay off their college. But I mean, if you're working as hard as they are, like they should be rewarded. I think they should be rewarded a little bit more. I know a lot of people hate it, especially some of the coaches, and that I just think they're just being selfish at that point. Like,
Well, I think the coaches want them to get recognized and
well,
paid.
I've heard some. I can't remember what coaches, but I have heard I think two stories where coaches have been upset, saying that they would be willing to quit if the college athlete get paid.
Well, the thing is, like, they keep they're basically doing a full-time job as an athlete, and then they gotta, some of them, don't care about school, which is fine. Like, they're gonna make a bunch of money anyway. But like, some of them need it, and they can't really do school because they're at practice or weightlifting or this or that. And it's just, I believe it's a very good thing. Um, I think that, like, take Zion Williamson for example. He didn't get a penny at Duke. I mean, he might have under the table, probably did, but he didn't get anything, and he brought so much publicity and TV ratings and probably a ton of students who won't be an athlete to Duke itself. Just because of his name and his, high school dunk videos. Um, I think that's awesome. And like, even like, just getting paid from Nike for wearing their shoes. Like, I think, because of his name, image, and how much he's liked, he should. And they finally did the right thing. Now you can go on the flip side of that and say, you know, Zion Williamson is so good that he's going to get that money anyway. So why does it matter?
It always
You could
matters.
you could say that, but wouldn't, if you put yourself in in his shoes and you could be offered millions now or millions later, you're going to take the millions now because you know that you're going to get the millions later, so you're just going to double it.
Yeah.
So, I
I,
I think me and Patrick are on the same page here.
yeah, absolutely. I honestly think that the people who are against this are a little jealous because either they're not in their position or I know some professional athletes are kind of against it too because I just feel like because they didn't get it when they
Yeah,
were in
that's the main
college,
reason. Yeah.
that
Yep.
they
Yep.
don't
Yep.
want college athletes getting it now. But I mean, your mic really cut out there. You're muted.
Yep. My mic
There you go.
undid it. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
That was my elbow.
Um, but like they work really hard and they have these sponsorships. Like they should be getting paid for it.
Plus, the
Like
schools are making all the money anyway. So, like, why can't some of that go to the people that are actually bringing it to the school?
again, selfish reasons.
They're like, coaches are main reason why college, John. People don't go to Kentucky for the dining hall. They go there for John Calipari and the basketball program. Simple as that. John Calipari gets compensated for winning championships or winning their conference. He gets compensated. It should be the players too. And we finally have that.
Yeah, this is definitely very good for the players itself. I I can't wait to see how much happier they are to play for.
I don't think you'll see much of a difference there, but um
Now, I
you'll
I I
you'll
think they'll
see
be
it.
happier. I honestly think they'll be happier to play because
Yeah, they'll
it's
have
like
more of a
their hard
incentives.
work's starting to pay off instead of waiting another 4 or so years to get into the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like now their hard work is actually starting to pay off,
Right.
and it's like especially at a younger age, it's nice to see. I mean, we'll see how many of them blow it on alcohol and parties. I'm sure it's gonna happen,
Well,
but
half the time they don't even have time for that.
I mean,
Like the very top of the line, like they don't have time for that. Like Trevor Lawrence wasn't at Clemson partying. Johnny Manziel, yes, but like you got to think they're in their facilities and in their buildings at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in the morning until 8 o'clock at night.
yeah, yeah, but it's college, dude. You don't think they're
It's
gonna
college. Whatever happens at college stays at college.
exactly like you know that they're going to be going to at least one party, especially after like a championship or in the summertime. Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Whether or not they blow all their money on it that they make off these sponsorships, we'll find out. At that point, I feel like the sponsorships will just cut them if they make a bad image like that.
Well, they definitely will. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
So I mean, there are going to be ups and downs to this, but I think the majority of it's going to be an up.
And this
Just
is mainly going to help the lower Division One athlete out more than it will the Zion Williamsons of the world, the Trevor Lawrences, because I mean, like Ben Simmons didn't even get drafted yet, and he signed a 5-year, $20 million shoe deal. Zion Williamson was pretty much the same thing. Um, I mean, Zion Williamson made 90 million before even stepping foot on an NBA court.
that'd be
That's
nice.
just his shoe contract. That's not even his regular number one overall pick contract.
I probably will never see $90 million in my life.
Won't even see like 5 million.
At one time, no.
No, not at one
I doubt
time.
I'll see 100,000. Well, no, I'll probably see 100,000 at one time. I doubt I'll see a million at one time.
Do you have anything else to add?
Not for the NIL. I just think it's a great thing for them, and it's going to be a huge confidence boost for all the young athletes out there.
Yeah. Now I know you have something to say about the MLS youth kids.
Yep.
You there?
Just gonna quick pick that up. Yeah. Um. So the MLS has been absolutely outstanding to me. Um, sorry, I'm just taking some notes really quick. Um, they have the kit this past week alone. Let me get my words correct here. This past week alone, I have seen three 17-year-olds make their starting debut, and score a goal. And it's not just weak little like deflections or tap-ins or
Any
something
bicycle
easy.
calls?
The 17-year-old on the Philadelphia Union scored a bicycle goal, nailed in the top right corner. Like insane shot, probably the goal of the month if his teammate Jacob Glesnes doesn't take it from him. I don't even know if they actually did that voting yet. There was another kid on, I want to say Atlanta, playing Nashville. He scored his first goal off of a cross where he was following up the ball and nailed that sucker right into the goal. Like nothing the goalie can do about it. And then I'm drawing a blank on the third guy, on the third one right now because I saw that at the beginning of the week. Um, but I remember the type of goal he had. It was a free kick into the center, and he headed that baby right in the bottom left corner. Like perfect targeting and everything. So the young kids in the MLS have been playing outstanding recently. And from what I've seen when I started following Union when they first started up 10 or 11 years ago, um, to the skill that I see on the sports teams now for the MLS has grown a lot when it comes to skill. It's not just crappy like it's not just a crappy ping pong match where the ball gets cleared down one end, then cleared back down the other end, then cleared back down the other end, and maybe there's a goal or maybe
Sounds
there's a
like
shot.
hockey.
Like it's honestly become a lot more skillful, and there is a lot of talents on all of these teams, even on the minor ones, like the teams with minimum wins. Oh, the kid was on FC Dallas. There we go. The last kid that I was talking about. He was on FC Dallas where he headed the ball right in the bottom left corner. Can't remember his name still, but he was on FC Dallas, and FC Dallas is like on the bottom of the leaderboard. So there's talent all across all of these teams that I've been seeing. And even though some of the teams haven't, it's not showing in the standings, just watching the games, you can see the amount of talent that is now in the MLS compared to what it was. And I am absolutely loving it. Like it's just amazing to see. And it's not just from old retired players coming from the Premier League out in England. Like it's young kids coming from the academies too. So the academies are doing a great job with their kids, teaching them really well, and it's showing off in the MLS. You have anything?
Oh.
You have anything to say about that?
Uh
I
well,
know I know you
I
haven't
think
paid attention much.
that the MLS has done a good job of marketing the highlight goals. I think that they do a good job on their social media pages of, making sure that people like me who don't really watch soccer see it. And um, I think making this MLS next like an actual thing and make it more like the minor leagues, kind of. I
Oh,
think it's
the
a step
new
in the
league
right
coming out?
direction. Yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction to getting soccer back on the map, like in the U.S. as a major sport. Because right now everybody says, "Oh, the four major sports." It's really five, and I think it's one step closer to getting it back on prime television.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see where MLS goes within the next 5 years. Like when we do this episode 5 years from now, I'm going to recall this episode.
All right, bet. Everybody mark it down on your calendars. 5 years from now at 11:15, July 10th, 2026.
5 years from now, we're going to have 5,000 followers on Twitch, probably like 10,000 followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
We're going to be growing. We're going to be good. We're going to have a lot of discussion going on. And I can't wait to see it. Anybody in the chat, drop us a follow right now. Become part of this journey. It's going to be fun.
Yes, sir. Now, let's get
Subscribe
to the
on
locks of
YouTube
the
too.
week. And join our Discord.
Subscribe on YouTube. That corner. Subscribe on Twitter. That corner.
And join our Discord. All right. Let's go to our locks of the week. Let's pick them.
Going to the locks of the week now.
Yeah. We're going to wrap it up after that.
All right. So locks. All right. So, do you want to go first, or would you like me to go first?
You're the reigning champion since we tied. You go first.
All right. So this week there is not much Major League Soccer going on, but there is the con. I don't even know if you're supposed to say the word for it, but CONCACAF Gold Cup, basically just a Gold Cup. So that's a lot of the teams in the North American part of the world playing for the Gold Cup. So I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to that. So actually, this week I'm going to be doing all of my
Zombie apocalypse.
All right. All right. Pat, yeah, I think you're in the starting soon. There you go.
my bad.
Let's all right, I'm going with first off the NBA finals. We're gonna go with game 4. I'm going with game 4. Phoenix wins.
Suns beat Bucks game 4. All right.
My next game is there's not really much going on right now. This is summer. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take We're gonna go to tennis in Wimbledon because the men's final is tomorrow, July 11th. We're gonna go with Novak Djokovic over Matteo Berrettini.
You're gonna have to spell these names because I got nothing.
Okay.
Just
Novak.
do last names.
Okay. Capital D, lowercase J, and then lowercase the rest of the way. Djokovic.
Okovic.
Joke. No, J-O-K. Yeah. Djokovic.
Okay.
Djokovic beats Berrettini.
All right. Those are some fancy
Berrettini.
names.
Let's go.
Wait,
Yes, that.
you have Djokovic beating him?
Yes, it's the finals tomorrow.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure
Yep.
because you said
It-
Berrettini. Let's go.
Nope. I got Djokovic. I just meant like I'm excited that we're using other than the major sports. Um.
Yeah, I haven't gone away
Um.
from the major sports yet.
Okay. I gotta do a Phillies one because I need to talk myself into this team. I need a big day from Aaron Nola tomorrow. I'm going with all my three of my picks tomorrow. I need an Aaron Nola win tomorrow over ex Philly Nick Pivetta. I need it. I need a win. I need a series win like I need air to breathe.
So Phillies beat
The Red Sox.
2 X's, right?
No, just Red and Sox. 1x.
1X.
That's Sunday.
Sunday.
All three of my picks are on Sunday.
Way to split it up.
Well, hey, I don't make the rules. Let's go. I'm winning this week. I need a big commanding lead. You
I
all right
messed.
over there?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just editing some of this stuff because I messed up my
Oh,
where I was
all
supposed
right.
to put everything.
Well, let's wrap this up then.
All right. You're good to
Let's
go. I'm off the locks of the week. Camera's back on you
let's
and
go.
your
All right.
mediocre looking face.
Hey, some people say I have a face for radio. I mean, they might be true. But here we are.
The radio that doesn't get shown.
Well, that's what the radio is.
Burn.
That's what the radio you don't see.
97.5, they
face.
have a YouTube and Twitch channel, so they do see their faces.
Well, yeah, but like regular radio.
Point
Whatever.
proven. You can see your face on
We
radio.
we will talk to you guys next week, and we will dive more into the expansion draft, more into the Trevor Bauer situation, if that ever any more facts comes up about that. Anything else I'm missing? NBA Finals, of course, and
The Gold
I
Cup.
think that's it. The Gold Cup. Yes. How could I forget soccer? Um, we will see you guys next week. Tell your friends about us. We want to interact with you guys. Let's keep the conversation going. Follow our Twitter at the bottom right of your screen, YouTube's bottom left. Join our Discord. We'll be tweeting that link out this week. And go check us out and follow us, subscribe, and yeah, I think that's everything.
Sorry, I'm putting in the commands right now so
I
people
see
have the
that.
links on Twitch, and I completely blanked on which ones I was doing.
That's all right. They're all right there. The link will bring you right to them, and it can't be simpler.
Ah, dang it.
See you
Wrong
guys
command.
next week.
There it is. Personal Twitter
There
with
we
an S.
go.
All right, I got it. We are good.
See you guys next week.
Peace out. Stay safe, and catch you next week.
Click on Zombie Apocalypse.